What's going on? We're here with a new episode of the New Hood Podcast. We're here with the guys, the usual suspects. We're here with Shawn, Mr. Do It All,
Uh,
and we
Hey,
here
what's
with
happening?
we here with Venom, Gaming Extraordinary, and
Saige.
probably the only person on here with his masters. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Definitely, hey, because I sure
Hey,
ain't got mine.
appreciate that.
Barely got my associates.
you think he's smarter than us? So now,
Okay, see, this is what y'all low today. Y'all had a good day, I can tell,
Man,
huh?
low-key, a busy day. Cleaning up the
Man,
house, man.
facts.
Cleaning up
Facts.
the house.
Oh, I can't relate. I was in bed most of the day. Got up, ate, binge watched some shows, went back laid in the bed. Very
Hey,
Yeah,
chill.
must be
man.
nice.
Yeah, it
Must
must
be
be
nice.
nice. That's what happens when you get your masters.
Okay.
You can do
Facts.
whatever you
Okay.
want.
You,
So
you
shit,
become the master.
what's the topic y'all got?
Hey.
But
But yeah,
nah,
y'all got anything before we hop into these topics?
nothing for me.
No, I don't think I got nothing today. I don't
Okay.
think I got nothing.
I don't really got nothing either. Y'all got anything significant going on these days? Anything y'all wanna before we get into the topic? Anything y'all wanna throw on the
Man,
table?
no, not for real. Well, I mean, I got man, I got court finally
Okay.
Okay.
on the 11th. We try to keep it fully transparent over here. So I got caught on the 11th for this custody thing. So it's been going on. It started in February, and it's going to actually be the actual court date because every time we get like a week ahead or a week in advance, they be like, we're going to reschedule. So
Mm.
fingers crossed this it. And we'll just see how that go. I'll keep y'all updated with that.
That-
But yeah, that's it.
That's what's up. Yeah, I'm starting 2 more classes on Wednesday. As
Hey,
long as my TA get reloaded, because you know I used all my last go round. So if it don't,
hey.
then I'll be pushing it out for another however long. But yeah, but other than that, I'm going home. I'm going home on Wednesday as well.
Nice
My
visitor.
nephew playing. Yeah. Good
Okay.
visit. My nephew's birthday. I mean not birthday. I'm tripping. His he got a football game, and I've been
Okay.
trying to catch one of his games for like the last year. I
That's what's up.
missed it last year, so I said I was gonna make it happen this year. So I'm gonna slide out there on Wednesday, and
Hey.
then Cliff Hughley, one of our homeboys, he graduated from college. He go to Purdue,
Okay.
so he graduates that Saturday. And when I was booking my ticket, he had told me about it. I was like, "Oh, that's
That's
4 hours
perfect
from
timing.
where I'm at."
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, "Yeah, that's 4 hours from where I'm at." So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up. Plus, that's a couple minutes from my family in Indiana too. So I was like, "Oh, I can, go home, see my son game, my nephew game in Detroit, slide down to Indiana for the graduation, and then my other cousin, her birthday is on that Saturday. So
Oh god,
I was
that
like, I
is
can
Man,
knock it.
that
I was about to
just
Yeah,
say
hey,
yeah. I was like, easy trip. It's all in
perfect.
one. So yeah,
that's
that's gonna be
facts.
what I'm doing. But yeah, but
Oh well, I guess on that tip, I started. Me and my cousins was talking. Man, we gonna do Thanksgiving at my crib. So shout out
okay.
to that. Whole family's supposed to be coming out. Aunties, mama, grandma. You know what I'm saying? So major shout out to that. I feel like that's gonna be one of the first links that we gonna have. Without somebody dying. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Okay.
always a beautiful thing right there. So I'm super excited about that. Super excited.
That's what's up. That's what's
Yeah.
up. Yeah. But let's see. What else? What else, man? Y'all got anything else, or we gonna hop into these topics?
I
I,
don't
I,
I don't think for me. Go ahead. Sean.
no, I think that's it for me.
Okay.
We could
Well,
hop into
Sean,
these topics.
you wanna introduce your topics?
All right. So I ran into this conundrum. You see how I use that word though? I've been on my
Okay.
dictionary, you know what I'm saying? Been on my dictionary.
You never.
Congratulations on reading and stuff, man.
so I've been seeing a lot of people post a significant other very
Okay.
frequently. And no disrespect, no hatred, nothing like that to them. But I just wanted to get y'all's opinion, see how y'all felt on whether is it necessary to post your significant other consistently or all the time for social media or on social media rather. Y'all
Mm.
think? What y'all think?
Josh, what you got?
You crazy for that?
What you mean?
So for me, I think it just depends on like your relationship. I think that just knowing your significant other, because I mean, I think early in our stages when we were young, yeah, like to me, that's how you validated you were doing good. Because of course, back then you always wanted to show people like, oh, we is doing good, and not just posting the bad stuff. And so, but as we get older, it's like as you can see, I don't even really post pictures. That's even of my kids on social media, just because I would like to keep that in house. Because they say once you put it out there, the energy people automatically try to find a way or do stuff. But at the same time, it just became to where even I noticed it's just better to try to keep stuff offline because you make people feel like they have a say so. Like most of the time, like
Mhm.
I used to just post lyrics and people would just associate that with my relationship
What's wrong?
to the point my mama even calling me. I'm like, one, this is back when she didn't even have Facebook. Somebody, y'all into it, huh? What are you talking about? Like, nah, I'm good. And it was just like, okay, well, I see what this is, or it just give people the opportunity because then you had on the flip side people thinking, oh, their relationship bad. Let me go ahead and try to slide in there. And so it's just better to like if it's a special occasion, of course, but constantly, like nah, unless that's just your significant other better than anybody. So they that type of person. If that's their love language, then by all means go ahead. But I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, man. Did you want to go, Shawn, or like, are you
I mean,
good?
I can go. Hey, I go. You know me.
What?
You know
Yeah.
me.
Go.
For me, no, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing
He
that.
said.
Cause
He
when
said
I
he
was
ain't doing
like,
that.
nah, I ain't doing that. Cause when I was younger, like the only time I post all the time, I post my the person I was in a relationship with all the time, cause I was being a straight dog. And this is my way of showing you I care for you. Look, I just made a Facebook post about you. Like, I love you. I just put you on my page.
That fact.
Uh, so for me, like, especially being able to reflect now, I realize that there is no validation in doing that. And I know like energy is real. Like people will see your post, kind of like what Josh was saying, like see your post and be wishing down on you type stuff. So like I prefer to like keep my stuff private, the good and the bad. I don't even post my kids for. I probably ain't posted my kids in like 2 or 3 years. Just because there's some weirdos out there, man. Like I just don't. I don't trust it. I don't need social media as validation.
Mm,
Um, and as long as like we happy for real, we good over here for real. So I don't
Mhm.
need you to be thinking because I know some people right now posting a significant other religiously, talking about I love you so much, you doing so great, and I know for a fact dogging her out. I'm talking about dog walking. You hear me? Like so, like I see stuff like that, and I just be like, this ain't that over here. So, my old lady, she don't mind. Yeah, I mean it works for us. It might not work for everybody, so I'm not saying everybody go try that, but
Just say, hey, you doing it? No more. Hey, post your shit over there. No more.
but it works for us. You know what I'm saying? We're able to have real conversations, uh, and not just pretend
Mm,
online because I feel like that's what's a lot of social media behavior is just pretending, trying to make everybody else think that things are good when that's not your reality. So I agree.
Yeah.
I did that.
Nah, I feel like it just really depends, man. If you feel like if you're a person that like you post a lot, you post yourself and all of that stuff a lot. Not that it's a problem, but I would say it's a
Give
little bit
that
of a red
illusion that
flag.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that you a seagull.
Yeah, that's why I'd be like, if you just post like for me nowadays, a lot of stuff that I post is just like funny stuff. So like, no,
At
I
that
don't
old
feel
stage.
like you. Yeah, like really, and I used to be somebody that posted every single, not every single thing I did, but all the good stuff that I was doing. If I was
Yeah,
out vacationing, if I was out driving around, all of that stuff, it was just I was posting all that, and there was also me and my wife, my kids, all that stuff. And I still do to a certain extent, but like I feel like lately I've kind of moved away from that because people just be too much into like people just too much into your business. And
it's true.
then it don't even be nothing bad. It just be sometimes annoying too. Like I'll post something like me and my son and wife and we like joking around and I'm being the jokester that I am, and then I get to work and somebody that I forgot even follow me I'll be like, man, yeah, I saw you and your wife and you and your son. Like, stop. Like you don't even interact with me like that on social media. So like it just feels like people are watching to be entertained. So I don't feel the need nowadays, but like I said, if you do it, if you always posting yourself or always posting you and your child, but then if you like just and you're happily married or happily in a relationship and you like people never see your significant other, I always get the impression of, or not even the impression, but I always question like, what are you hiding or what illusion are you trying to put out? You know what I'm saying? But if you're not a person that posts all the time, then I wouldn't see the need to do all of that. Even so, I don't feel that anybody needs to do any of that no more because yeah, people like you said really do be praying on your downfall. People love to
Oh,
see. Not only do they pray on your downfall, but when they see what you got, people just get extremely envious of what you got, not realizing how much work you put in to get to that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that's facts.
Whether it's relationship, whether it's what you have financially, or just stability wise, people get envious of all of that. So when you show too much, like honestly, you just leaving a lot of room for people to be almost praying on your downfall, but also just hoping that you lose. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't know. So sometimes I do feel like it's not necessary. So yeah, and people probably have no. I don't post everything as much anymore. Or like when I'm on vacation, you probably won't see me on vacation until I'm almost gone. Like so. I don't post like right in place like I used to no more. It just I don't even want nobody to even feel like you can like come meet up where I'm at or say something crazy or you know what I'm saying. So yeah,
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no,
So it
no.
just depends. But
I feel that.
yeah,
Feel that.
but what else you got for us, Sean?
Let's see. Next one I got is what's one of the hardest lessons that life has taught you going into adulthood?
Mm, that's
Uh,
a ooh. What you got, Josh?
Yeah, that's a toughie.
been plenty of them, but I say I guess the biggest one is that don't be so quick to grow up. Uh, bills keep coming. I promise you that. And that's been the biggest thing of just wishing instead of trying to grow up so fast, I kind of would have took that time and I guess ask more questions and get more understanding of why things was done the way they were instead of just thinking like, oh, once I get grown, ain't nobody gonna be able to tell me nothing. Like I ain't gonna have this many problems and like I don't know. I mean, cause it's double edged swords. Like I get like I feel like my parents shielded me for like a lot of stuff they went through, and then once I got older, I was able to understand. I do think like some of that insight, if they would have just sat me down a little bit more, or then like I said, that could have been me not wanting to show. I could have been a little bit more prepared. Cause I mean, even just joining the military, like people think like although we get structured, like at the end of the day, once I graduate, like getting to like my regular job, like I'm on my own. So it's navigating, having to get insurance for the first time. Didn't know about that. Just, getting a crib, understanding groceries, even looking at prices, sales, like so I'll say the biggest lesson was I thought I knew everything and I didn't.
Hmm.
I learned really fast that I
It's
didn't.
like, you don't know shit.
Hey, got myself
Facts.
in debt quick. And like I said, and to this day, I'm still like learning. And so I said that's the biggest thing life done taught me was like, hey, you think you know some shit, you don't know nothing.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
Ooh. Um. Sometimes you're gonna take some L's. And
Mm,
instead of always complaining about why you took the L, figure out what lesson to be learned in that L.
mm,
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
That's yeah. If I ain't learned that, if I ain't learned that just in life, one that in the military definitely taught me that.
oh no.
Hey, you're gonna take some L's, Bucko. And keep that you're gonna take some L's, and guess what? You're gonna have to get up and keep swinging. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Figure it out. You know what I mean? Whether that's not getting promoted, not getting selected for something, uh, dealing with stuff you don't necessarily need to or should have to deal with, you still gonna deal with it. So like don't you're gonna take some L's. And that don't mean that it's over. And that also don't mean it's the last L. When you come back from that L, guess what? It's
You
another
know.
one right
Yeah.
around the corner. So
Even
don't
though it
ever get
should be
too
a
high
grace
on it.
period. It should be a grace period. You think it's no way this gonna happen. And hey, shit.
Mhm. If you ever get too high on the L, guess what? Just know, I mean on the dub, just know it's an L right around the corner. So
Hey,
you
wait,
know,
yeah.
yeah. So that's something that I learned. That's something I definitely learned. So yeah. What about
Hey,
you, Sean?
I think both of them were some very, very valid points. Very valid. Uh, I think for me, something that I learned going into adulthood, man, I don't even know.
It's a lot.
Hey,
Hmm.
this is a lot, man.
Life will humble you. Yeah.
Hey, and fast too. Uh, but I think probably since y'all hit the big ones for me, I think I'd have to say, and I said this before too on some of the other topics we talked about, but just not keeping up with the Joneses. Um, do what's in my means, within my means. Um, just because somebody got something don't mean that I need to go get it too. You know what I'm saying? Or I need to get the a step up from whatever somebody else got. Um, or just be trying to show out just cause when I can't really afford it. I think that's something that I had to learn, but I
Yeah.
don't know, man.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a lot.
I definitely
Yeah.
feel like what y'all said hit it on the head, and I feel like even what Josh was saying, man, I seen a video and it really changed my perspective on it. It was a homeless dude at a gas station. I don't know if y'all seen it, and he was talking to some guys in the car or whatever, and he was telling them, be pre- the gift is the journey. It's not the destination. Because the destination is gonna always change.
That's
And
right.
when you get to that end goal, you're gonna be sitting there like, man, I missed out on X, Y, and Z because you ain't take the time to enjoy the scenery on the way to where you was going. Uh, and just hearing them say it and knowing it was heartfelt, um, really made me look at life differently. Made me slow down.
Mm.
Um, so yeah,
Mm,
Yeah.
that's dope.
Yeah, no, that is a good one because it's a lot of times I didn't look back and I'd be like, even when you going through some stuff or you like I said, I always relate back to the military. Like maybe your first duty session, it might have sucked, but then you go somewhere else and then you remember, damn, it did suck there, but I remember when me and so and all of us we used to kick it, we used to laugh about all this stuff. So like yeah, I didn't got somewhere else and then maybe I like it here, but like the journey that got me there, you know what I mean? It mattered too, you know what I'm saying? And also I'm not gonna get that time. I'm not gonna get that time, those people or that time and place back, you know what I'm saying? Because
facts.
yeah, once you've gone somewhere else, a lot of time it ain't no going back to that, you know what I mean? So
That's fact.
Or it
yeah.
won't be the same. Even if you do it, it just won't be the
Hmm.
same.
It won't be the same. Yeah. Shit, that happened when we when I went to Germany and then came back to Lackland. Like, yeah, I was looking for that what it used to be, but that was when we was single for half of the time and then in relationships the other half. But like a lot of time that was a lot of like us being bachelors or whatever. And then I came back and it was like, oh damn, I'm married. These all these guys married, everybody don't have the same time. It ain't no just, oh yeah, we about to pull up to your house, or they about to pull
Nah,
up to my
facts.
crib. But then I ended up, what I'm saying, same people that we kicked it with, but then also meeting other people. So it's like, yeah, even that time it's not the same as the other time. And then getting out here is like, damn, I missed that last time I was, at my
Yeah,
previous duty station. You know what I'm saying? Or I missed when I was in Germany. You know what I mean? Even though my last year in Germany, I was like, man, all right, it's time for me to go. I've been here too long. So yeah, the journey of it is a huge part of it too, even when it's bad. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that
for
was a good
sure,
one.
for sure.
But
Let me see what else I got. Uh, what is okay? When do you feel like your loyalty needs to be severed from somebody?
man, I'll start on that one.
Yeah.
Uh, well, so loyalty, I would say loyalty. I, I guess depending on how that other person views it, they might say that you being disloyal, but like severing ties, sometimes when that shit is taking more out of you than like necessary, or like it's physically draining.
Mm,
Sometimes just cutting ties in general is important. You know what I mean? And sometimes that's an unpopular thing because everybody want to say that they're keeping it solid, but it's like, bro, sometimes if you love a person, love what want better for people, sometimes it is just best to cut ties. You know what I mean? Because
Thanks.
one, maybe what you providing, whether it's a stability thing or like, I don't know. They just look to you as the person that they can come trauma dump on. Sometimes cutting that off makes people have to like deal with whatever they dealing with, and either they either gonna sink or swim. And I don't even think that's being disloyal. I think
yeah.
that's just real shit. Like sometimes you do gotta let people go so they can figure out like what I'm made of. What am I made of? Am I able to continue? You know what I mean? Without this person, because they don't know what life brings, especially if it's not a significant other. You know what I'm saying? Like if it ain't my wife, shit, everybody gonna have to deal with me not being around at some point. You know what I mean? So like my family is the only one that I'm gonna be there with until the end of time. You know what I mean? Until the end of my time. But friends and family and stuff like that, that's not your immediate family. They gonna have to deal with some part of your life where you're not there. So like sometimes cutting people off is required just for your growth and there. So
Mm,
if that
facts.
shit taking so much out of you to where it's literally draining you as or causing issues in your life, in your marriage, or in your work, that's when you gotta, I guess you call that loyalty part gotta be gone. I can't be that person for you no more. So that's what I would say on my end. What about you, Josh?
I say for me, it definitely starts when you notice loyalty is one sided, right?
Oh
And
yeah,
like
that's a
that's the
fact.
thing, because a lot of people like will want you to do for them, but wouldn't do the same for you, and that's like a big
Hmm.
deal breaker for me. And then like DJ was hitting on the head, when it becomes too much and it's draining, I'd rather go ahead and cut ties before we get to a place where we can't even get back to. And so for me, like DJ was saying, I mean, family. And most of the people that I have to deal with that is like that in the boat don't have a family, and they expect things to be done immediately, or feel like I've changed, or want you to change because, or feel like you better than them now because I don't want to go to the club, or I don't want to go out, and I don't want to do these things. And like I would tell them, it's okay to have different lifestyles. That's cool. Like I know you don't have to call me every day, and I will hope I don't have to call you every day. But if you need me, I will hope that you would pick up that phone. And once that is a disconnect there, then hey, just grew apart and it's okay. I can still have love from you from a distance. But the biggest thing with me is when loyalty start becoming one sided, or you putting me in jeopardy and not showing any regard for my family or things, asking me to do things that could put my family or the way I make a living in jeopardy. I'm sorry, it's out.
Hmm.
About you, Sean?
Yeah, I think you hit it on the head. I think both y'all hit it on the head. Like the moment that whatever you got going on is starting to put what I got going on in jeopardy, um, that's it. Gotta go. Um, can't do it. I think between that and just feeling like I'm only there for, like DJ said, to be, for you to trauma dump on, or I'm there as your life ref. That one sidedness, got to disconnect. Um, and I think too, like if I'm the only one bringing something to the table, like if I can't call on you to, chop it up with you because something's going on, but you can call on me any and every time. Can't do it.
And
Yeah.
spec, the topic is: at what point do you cut ties or sever ties from loyalty? Or
Yeah. And just like who this in the comment, Kobe Cam said, just because we don't talk every day don't mean I don't love you. And that's the thing.
Facts.
That's a fact. That's about as factual as it can get. And but the crazy thing is when people going through something, they don't see it that way. All they see is that you not there. It's like, nah, bro. It's just I also have to have a life. And then one thing that I would say I'm almost like the opposite with what you said on this, Sean, when you said like if it ain't reciprocated or whatever. I don't feel like I always gotta be able to receive everything that I give out. Um and also, I understand sometimes people go through stuff that where they don't got nothing to give. And what I'm saying?
facts.
That's
Facts.
where me as a friend or as a family or whoever like should be able to like bridge that gap, but it can't be forever. Like
But that's
I
what I'm
guess
saying.
that
Like,
yeah. So I guess that's what not that I'm the opposite, but I guess to like provide a little bit more of how I see it is like not to the if it's forever, like damn, every time I look up, the only time I hear from you is there's something negative going on or like I can't even have any type of like I can't have no type of like reciprocation in it. I do feel like at some point it does become too much. But also it's also I think that's why it's also important to like realize that every friend ain't like the same friend.
That's facts.
Like
they have different
like
circumstances. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
every
situations you're
yeah,
calling them for.
yeah, everybody is in different pockets or whatever. So I do know I got some friends that might not have a lot to offer, what I'm saying, when it comes to like me spiritually, emotionally, mentally, because they got so much going on. But I also feel like it's also on me to make sure I do have friends or mentors or something that I can pour into or that's willing to pour into me, you know what I mean? So I can when that person does come calling, I can provide that, but I just would caution anybody to if that's all that person ever is to call, complain, whatever, then yeah, like Sean said, hey bro, we gotta cut this because it's just too much. It's too much on me at this point. Like, yeah.
No,
So
that's facts. That's facts. Don't be
Yep.
everybody's emotional trash can.
And I
Go
didn't
ahead.
have to
definitely.
do disconnect from family like that because it's
That is
like,
true.
when I was younger, of course, what I'm saying, hearing about certain things or whatever, that's what I was into or, whatever, but once you start, adding family and bills and, this issue and the next issue, and you got to worry about all these other things and the future for people that you're responsible for. Um, I don't have the energy to be able to partake in certain conversations. You know what I'm saying? I can't navigate certain rooms anymore. Like it
Yeah.
would be irresponsible of me to
No, that's
give
facts.
my
Nah.
energy to that when there's so many other things and factors in life that are already taking enough energy as it is.
Yeah.
And so I'm streaming it on Kick too. So some questions y'all probably don't see. So my homeboy Spec said the problem is people don't understand the term pour into. They auto think material and not substance.
No, that's a fact.
Niggas
Yeah.
doing money. They, hey, my first day, hey man, they ain't poured into me. They, hey,
Yeah,
fill my pocket up,
everybody.
pay all my bills
Uh-huh.
for me.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. 'Cause there's a lot of people. Yeah, they think anything when people talk about like I hear a lot of new terms with like or not terms but phrases like, oh, if this doesn't serve me anymore, I can't be there. And it's like, bro, everything don't have to be when they're talking about serving them, they're just talking about, hey, this person can't provide for me, and it's
Yeah.
always usually something material. And it's like, see, that's your problem right there. You're looking for somebody to be your ATM or um your second line of defense when everything that you didn't work out. It's like, no, that's not life. You're like, oh, when I was all messed up, I ain't had nobody to go to. It's like, yeah, I understand that, and sometimes that sucks, but also you probably need to do some soul searching and start asking yourself, what am I doing or not doing that's putting me in a position that I do got to rely on other people? Because you're a grown, functioning adult. You
Mm,
know what I'm saying? So to go on these rants, making it seem like, oh, people weren't able to provide for me, so that's why. Like, nah, you just that's a terrible idea because you shouldn't. Nobody should have to do any of that for you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And life is a whole lot better, and friendships and relationships and all that is a whole lot better when people are stable. You
that's facts.
imagine, like y'all done all been out with friends where you financially stable and your friends are financially stable, and y'all can just have a good time. A lot of stuff you don't even deal with, like y'all just like nothing is ever a problem.
Hmm.
Somebody, oh, I got the bill. No, I got the bill. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Yeah,
y'all want to go do this? Everybody ain't. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is so like I feel like almost everybody is so I don't know geared to like look for somebody to do something for them. So when you're not receiving that, you automatically go into like what somebody didn't do for you. Whole time they did 1,000 other things for you, but
hey, that
it don't
leads to the
matter if you
question.
don't time.
I'll say Kobe just asked. He said for all three of us, he said if you're doing some favors for somebody spiritually, financially, etc., should you always expect something in return?
No,
I
because it's
agree.
not genuine. It's
I
not
agree.
Yeah,
genuine. If I do some, if Josh or DJ call me up right now and they like, hey, this is a situation. Is there something you can do, even if it's not financial? If I can do it, then I'm gonna do it. If I can sit there and be a lending ear, then I'm gonna sit there and be a lending ear. And I think the problem is a lot of people come into a situation with that same mindset or mentality of, okay, well, I scratched your back, now can you scratch mine? And that's not how life works. And if that's what your expectation is of me, then I don't want you in my circle because it's
yeah,
not genuine. I don't
Oh,
need
that's
when
facts.
I'm down bad. I don't need you, or when I'm up, I don't need you throwing it in my face or putting it out there. Oh yeah, I did X, Y, and Z for Shawn when he was doing, he was down bad. I
Yeah.
don't need that.
Yeah,
yeah,
that just shows you another motive. That wasn't like you were saying. That
yeah.
wasn't given genuinely.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. If I don't do anything. I feel like that's why life for years have been good for me because like I do stuff and I don't even expect that right back in return. Like if you needed $100 and you was in that position, I'm not expecting now somebody to come give me $100 every time I wake up. I just feel like you don't know what that blessing comes in the form of. You know what I'm saying? Showing love to people, being a decent person, holding people down, being mentally and spiritually and physically available to people. Sometimes the reciprocation in that is shit. Somebody looking out for you when you didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
it can come in so many different forms. I feel like just the universe in general protects you from certain things when you do things wholeheartedly. So if you do
1,000%.
things expecting like that right in return, then yeah,
facts.
you're gonna be messed
Down
up in the
bad.
end
You'll be
anyway.
disappointed
Like
too. That shit just
yeah,
ain't coming back like that. You're just gonna be
well you're gonna
disappointed.
be disappointed and I feel like you're gonna put yourself in bad positions anyway because like now you're doing stuff with
Hope
I
of
don't know
return.
like
So I'm gonna go
yeah
win the lottery now.
hmm
You know,
like
good
yeah
karma.
just because you like contributed to somebody's GoFundMe don't mean now you obligated to win the lottery. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
facts.
saying?
I know some
You know
people
what I
like
mean?
that. I know
It's
some
so
people
yeah,
like
it's people that really think that. So yeah,
I
it's
got a
that.
just
Oh,
follow-up question.
yeah, I'm about to
Oh,
say the crazy thing is Kobe. I don't think this question gonna get them either because I think I know their answer before they ask. But of course, I'm gonna ask it for you. I got you. He says, "All right, this is gonna sound crazy, but is the light bill materialistic? Like, would you stay
Oh
with your
no.
significant other if they couldn't hold up their end on the bills?"
Yeah, I would. I would. Like if we talking about like my wife, like somebody I'm really serious with. Now we talking about, let's say for example, I'm single. We've been talking for a month, and you say, "Oh man, this is crazy," and I say, "What's up?" And you say, "Oh, my light bill due." I be like, "Dang, that's crazy." I don't
Shit,
know
you
what
got
to tell you.
left. Something else and shit. What you
Like,
need? Who
I'm
you
pretty
get
sure
left
they got Klarna or something. You know what I'm saying? Put it on the payment plan. I don't know what to tell you. Get some candles. Hey, it's cheap. But if we talking about like my wife or something, then for sure.
Yeah, he's
Or if
saying
it's
yes,
somebody,
wife, not girlfriend.
oh yeah, 1,000%,
Oh,
one
wife?
thousand
Yeah,
percent.
yeah,
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
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 nah.
yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm
see,
about to
that
say it's
wouldn't
not even.
even. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
that
about to
wouldn't
say
even. That's not even an issue because for in my house because we have joint accounts. So like,
same.
Same.
it ain't no like, oh, hey, where's your end of the money? You know what I'm saying? All of
Yeah,
that goes into the thing. It comes out. All that stuff on auto pay anyway. So
yeah.
if that's the case, like it
That
ain't
was a
even
flex,
worth.
y'all.
It was slight flex.
Uh,
Auto pay. I ain't gonna
Life
hold you.
is a
I'm
whole
doing
lot easier.
good, but I'm
I
not
mean,
doing that good. I
you
need
should
to.
still
Hey,
watch
I'm
those
pushing the
things.
button. I'm pushing
Yeah,
the button.
but like, yeah, if I would almost say if you in a spot where like, and with a wife, if y'all checking favors and all that stuff, I
It's
always
not
say
gonna work.
y'all you might want something a little
You gonna
off.
go
You
into
know
debt
what
for
Hey,
them
I'm
can
holidays.
I
I
say
can tell
saying?
you
something?
that.
Hey, look, let me
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
y'all a story. Let me tell y'all a story to touch on that topic. So, I was in a relationship. Well, okay, I was in a marriage before. One of the military marriages. You in
Okay.
tech school. Fresh out of tech school. Hey, I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to get this BAH. So I was in a situation like that, and Shawty had moved out. She went back home, whatever. And man, one day, like 6 months later, I get a text message and it was like, I think you should be sending me some money from that BAH difference that you get. I was like, hold up. First of all,
Hmm.
I got this
Hmm.
apartment, this light bill, this car insurance, this hey,
Is that person
I
in the
don't know what to
military
tell
or
you.
was that person in the military? Like,
Nah.
why do you know them terms anyway? You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I'm gonna get off Google. Hey, go ahead.
Hmm.
I told her, hey, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know
Bro
what to tell you.
says so. D Braxton is not a 50-50 guy. It's not. It's not that. It's just. I mean, if you ask some people, that's exactly what I'm doing. It's just. It's just a. It's not a 50-50. It's just all. It's all in one pot. So it ain't
Yeah,
really. I guess it's all 100%. So I mean, we have our own private accounts? Yes, but those are for like bills that we had prior to, what I'm saying, marriage. And like once we paid off those, we just let that little bit of money still go into those. And you can use that to send money if you need sent to your mom or whatever the case may be. Or so it's not a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
yeah, it's not that I mean, I feel like everybody should do exactly what works for them.
yeah.
If you in a relationship with somebody and y'all both hiding y'all's funds though, it's going is that I feel like that's always gonna be an issue until you become a very rich person and doing that you already screwing yourself over. And one thing I always try to tell people, black people getting into the 50-50 conversations and all that stuff, and people being for or against it is always gonna be a issue to me because like we all usually not all but a good amount of us come from some form of like either poverty or like very lower end of middle class you know what I'm saying. So those conversation at 50-50 stuff, that's for people already who already got their lives stable. A black person, another black person, or a black person and somebody who's also from a similar setting than them, y'all should be thinking about how do we build this empire to where our kids don't have to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? And then they can choose a person who they do either want to go 50-50 with or completely take care of. But for me, when I was extremely poor ass, should not have been having that no conversation about like, hey, I'm gonna take all of this and you know what I'm saying? I couldn't afford it. You know what I'm saying? We both couldn't have I mean, I guess I probably could have to an extent, but like it wouldn't have gotten us to where we are now. You know what I mean? So if you ain't trying to build like a for real empire, and I don't mean empire like you're millionaires or whatever, but like a stable household or whatever, you gon' you wasting your time. You know what I mean? You wasting your
And,
time.
and I think to kind of touch on what you just said, like, you hear all the time, like the number one cause for divorces is finance.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I think if you're trying to do the separate thing or whatever, like you're trying to hide your stuff, like it's not gonna lead to a good healthy situation. Me personally, I've never been one that's been a money hoarder or infatuated with money. I've never done anything for the love of money. It was always one of those things like it comes, it goes, and that's it. So I'm
Hmm.
talking about like, and granted, once again, disclaimer, put it out there. I would not advise anybody to do this, but within like 3 or 4 months of me and my wife being together, we already had a joint account, because I already knew, like I knew this is my one. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, but when you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's worked for us. I've never been one to be like, oh, what you do with this $20? Like, what you
Yeah.
spend $20 on? I don't care. I don't care as long as the bills paid. We good. Um, I could really care less.
No,
I
no,
could care
Yeah.
less.
no, no.
Yeah.
I'm with that. I'm with that.
Yeah. No, that's yeah. Yeah, that's brave, but yeah, no, I feel that though. Yeah, I mean, it worked. So I mean, it took us a little minute to get to that, but
Which like
uh, but I guess it really wasn't that long. It was like, but about 4 years of being together. But we was living
Oh
together
yeah.
for maybe 2 years. We had been living together for 2 years before we did that. But it was because we were so different, like financially, on how we did. She was very like frugal, and me, I like what I like, and so we both was always having differences in opinion on that. But then we had to have a sit down and a conversation on like what could and can't, what can work, what can't work. And then shit, we got to that. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I still sometimes I see something like, "Hey, what was this? What was this $100 here? Or what was this?" And it's the same here. But I mean, that's also a lot of times me trying to make sure we ain't got scammed or nothing. You know what I mean?
facts,
So,
facts.
yeah. So, hey, whatever. Like I said, whatever works for the household. Like I said, whatever works to be putting your family in a better position to where your kids can better choose, like financially, what type of life they want to provide. Especially if you got a young man as a son that wants to be married to a woman, like what do you, whatever they see in as a their gender role, if they have traditional gender roles, hey, you get to decide that because you're financially stable. If you still want to deal with somebody that's also financially stable, hey, more power to you. But if you also are so stable to where you want a wife that does all the household stuff and that's what she wants, that's where I should be getting you financially in life. I didn't start out with that. I didn't have, when
Yeah.
I went to the military, I had like $300 in my account. You know what I'm saying? So it took me a long time to get where I am now, and that probably wouldn't have gotten there if me and my wife didn't have them conversations, and if we didn't just, hey, mine was mine is yours, was yours is mine. We gonna figure this out. I ain't gonna never put you in no position. We gonna have these conversations. If I gotta do something for my mom, I'm gonna tell you. If you gotta do something for yours, you gonna tell me, and hey, we good.
But I think a major component to what you just said, though, bro, and it's gonna go over a lot of people's head, which is why I want to put emphasis on it. Is you had the conversation. A
Yeah.
lot of people are scared to sit down and have a conversation, especially when it comes to finances.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
no, you need to sit down and really talk about these things. Like, if I mean, I don't know. Like, I think if you sit down and have that conversation, you see that a lot of times you're gonna be on the same page and you can help each other build each other up. But I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
Kobe had one more for us, and Kobe, my little cousin. Y'all didn't know. So he
Okay.
says, "How has your mindset changed since being 21?"
Ooh,
For me, I could go and say, man, so much has changed where I couldn't even. It's hard to compare the two. For the
Yeah.
simple fact that, I mean, 23 old me, you couldn't tell me nothing. I mean, I was out of Mississippi. I thought I was grown just because I had a kid. At that time, I think I was going through a divorce or got divorced, and so living my life and my priorities was literally turning up. That was my priorities and just having fun and just trying to prove to people back home that I was successful and living outside of my means. And that's what that social media era was, steady trying to
Mhm.
post everything instead of like we are just saying, like instead of enjoying the journey and living for the now. Like, nah, if I was doing something, I needed everyone to see I was doing okay. Needed instead of worrying about the people that knew that should have been all that matter. And then you fast forward to now, man. I mean, whole priorities change. It's now about, making sure I'm good. And if I'm not, then I can distance myself and just understanding priorities and understanding like we said earlier, the people like I know my friends, I know friends from associates, and then I know like we don't have to talk to each other every day. Like Braxton was saying, like you can look back, like one relationship I could have had with somebody, and then now we're older, it's not the same. It don't mean that love is not there, it's just priorities change. And just I about to say I became more understanding and knowing that the world don't revolve around me. People got real lives and just switch that way. But yeah, it took a while to grow up though. I hit my head on that
Yeah.
wall a lot of times. G.
Yeah. Whew. He said from 21. Shit. 21. Yeah. It's crazy to think how long ago 21 was. But what, 13 years now? So what he said what it was what has changed since
Yeah, how
21
has your
or
mindset changed?
oh mindset. I mean, yeah, going back to financially, like knowing when I mean, knowing how to make your money, how to use your money. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Don't ever understanding that everybody is. If you don't take care of yourself the right way, you you a paycheck away from being homeless. A lot of people don't realize that if you don't have safety nets, if you don't invest your money and all that stuff. So just getting my mind out of the mindset of like 21-year-old me was all about getting fresh and going to the club and you know what I'm saying talking to girls and all of that stuff. So yeah, getting out of that impressing people face and stuff. I still like what I like, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I still like the I ain't fresh today, but I still like to, you know what I'm
that's
saying,
sick.
put it on when I got to. You know what I mean? So but it's just knowing how to go about that. It ain't every check going to buy. Anybody know me? It was at one point every check I went to go get a pair of new J's. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I was going to get a pair of J's. I was going to get something to wear with it every check. It wasn't a month. It was every check. So like realizing like that was stupid for one, and then just figuring out like hey, you can still have nice things. You can have the things you want, but like take care of yourself first. So
Yeah. Live
taking
within your
care of
means.
yourself, yeah, and invest. Now that I have a son, hey, investing into your son's future is always, and that's not just financially too. You know what I mean? So the work you put in now is gonna matter for him going forward. So
Big facts.
yeah, yeah,
What about you, Sean? You can say, I'm still doing the same.
Man,
Yeah, I'm still lit.
no, no, I definitely done changed, man. I done
That's
definitely
facts.
made a lot of transitions. And I think, some of you, I think y'all have seen some of those transitions that I've
Yeah.
made, in the time that we've known each other. But 21-year-old me was genuinely headed for either death or jail.
Mm,
And I've
mm-hmm.
had this conversation with my wife. My wife can tell you, and my mom can tell you. Um, I was very reckless. Uh, and I think it was from a lot of unresolved trauma. Even though I was in the military, that's the craziest part. Is like I'm active duty, and I was just doing some of the craziest things you can imagine. Now I'm not gonna tell you I was getting in shootouts every weekend or something like that, but I was doing a lot of things. I was living very fast. Um, yeah, I was headed for death or jail. And I think the biggest thing that has helped me transition from that mindset is one, healing within the last few years, or trying to heal or figure out why I was feeling that way, figuring out why I didn't care, why nothing had any importance to me. Um, so healing, my kids, my wife, those are major factors that help me, make that transition, as well as learning who I am as a black man in America, learning that um, your ancestors just weren't just a slave. They weren't just housemaids and field niggas and all this stuff. Learning that we did more. We contributed a hell of a lot more than what's taught in our school system, and just learning these things to kind of put it in their perspective. It kind of gave me a sense of belonging. Um, Not to say that I know everything or nothing like that, but I think those was the things that helped me transition and grow.
Hey, sorry, Shawn. That was a comment on Facebook. You can read that yourself. I couldn't do nothing but laugh.
Who the hell is that?
I don't know.
I ain't even see it.
Shawn, that was a comment on Facebook. Hey, yeah. At
Yeah,
first,
I
I was,
don't know. This must
uh,
be one of y'all friends. But
nah,
yeah, I don't know that man.
yeah, Chad, don't even worry about that. So yeah, but no, I agree. I'm about to say I can honestly say like just knowing you since when 2018,
Yeah,
um, like just in that time frame, just how much you changed. And I was about to say how much you've accomplished is like I said, it's still crazy to me. It's like when like I don't know if y'all know like when we say Mr. Do It All, like we're not like joking. Like I ain't see somebody like cause I used to be one of those persons say I was gonna be like an astronaut doctor. Anytime I kept changing courses. Thing is, I never finished one of them. Shawn has finished all of them. He just still chased after. And so I couldn't even get to that point. So just seeing you, I say, just seeing how you change as far as like, we all slow down, like just drinking, as far as slow down, just seeing how much you focused on your family has been like the biggest thing and the best thing. Like just seeing how much you like go and just chill with your
Ah man,
son.
who is this weirdo?
Hey,
I don't
brother.
know who this is.
Hey, brother, I'm trying to ignore it because I was
Yeah.
looking. It popped up. I called at the corner of my eye. I said,
I'm
"Jesus."
like, hey, this must be one of y'all homeboys. I don't know
Nah,
who this is.
I don't know
But
who.
yeah.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
That's different. I
Anyway,
don't know
man.
who Brax got as his friends, but
This is not my friend.
hey, gotta be.
hey,
Hey,
oh yeah, that's definitely a
No.
fake account. Fake ain't got no what's the name. Ain't
Yeah, I
got no
don't know who
pictures.
that is. Hell no.
Hey,
Alfredo.
but nah,
but
man.
I
Anyway, man, yeah.
appreciate that, bro. Because I
Yeah.
mean, it's definitely been a journey for me, And like I said, I didn't ever think that I would make it to this point because, like I said, the course that I was heading down from 2016 to 2018, bro, it just wasn't nothing that no one could tell me. Like I only had those two options. There was no chance of succeeding, or making a name for myself or anything now. And I think now the most important thing is I'd say leaving a legacy to my boys, and I don't mean that just in my boys and my daughter. I don't mean that just in a monetary sense, but just someone that they could be proud of. Early I was
Right.
unclogging the sink. My son talking about, my daughter and them they was having a conversation outside the bathroom because I was listening to them. And she was like, "What you want to do when you get older?" He was like, "I want to do everything my daddy do." So,
Nice.
hearing that, those conversations, those moments, it definitely makes you,
Man, I know who
strive
this
to
is.
to go harder and
It's my cousin.
keep being that person that they proud of, at this moment in time. So,
Nah, that's bad. I can't wait for my kid to say that. Right now, I mean, Aiden just thinks he's better than me in everything, so maybe he'll come around. He really thinks he's smarter than me. Yes, I know what 2 plus 2 is. Get the fuck off me. I got it wrong on purpose last time. So I'm about to say, but nah, man. Like I said, keep going, bro. Sky's the limit.
appreciate you,
Sky's the
brother.
limit, man. Get fast. Oh,
Hell
okay.
no.
I don't know, Chad. I wish y'all could see the screen. DJ got. Oh,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
picture of DJ now.
I'm pretty sure it's one of my cousins playing too much, but yeah. But yeah, man, that's all we got, man. I don't know if y'all got anything else, man. I'm pretty sure as soon as I get off here, it's gonna be one of my cousins calling and trying to be funny. But
But
somebody just
nah,
stole
I
one of
ain't
my
got.
pictures.
She did steal one of your pictures. The young one too. I remember that
I want to
one.
smack the shit out of whoever this is, dog.
And that 23-year-old Brax comes back and this.
Man, but nah, man, y'all got my bad. My bad for interrupting during that, but somebody I don't know who that is.
Nah, I'm about to say I'm good, man. It was a good episode, and appreciate you, Kobe, for coming through, bro. And I know it's your
Yeah,
first
yeah,
time
for
coming through,
sure.
but
Yeah,
Definitely,
I
man.
appreciate the questions and everything, bro. Appreciate you.
yeah.
All right, that's it for me. Y'all got anything else y'all need to plug? Mm-hmm.
Nah, brother.
Nah.
I bet. All right, the next time it'll be live. Well, it'll be up on YouTube tomorrow. All right, bye.
All right.